Hey guys, how's it going? It's Andy from Magoo Investing. Welcome back to the Robinhood Top Stocks series on my channel. I took a slightly longer break than I was expecting. On the last video on Monday, I said I'd be taking the GRE Tuesday, taking a day off, and then coming back Wednesday. And I also took Wednesday and Thursday off. And it might be because, Bitcoin's just kind of falling out of the sky. I'm pretty upset about that. But in reality, I was finishing my grad school application, so I was working on that. And now that that's done, I can focus on the YouTube stuff. So it's also the 1-year anniversary of my return back to YouTube, and I'm about to hit 500 subscribers, so thank you so much for that. In today's episode of Robinhood Top Stocks, we're going to be talking about Walmart, ticker symbol WMT. And so Walmart is one of the giants when it comes to retail, and as we're about to hit Black Friday next week, which is 1 week from now, I thought it'd be a good time to talk about it. And while I haven't really grown up with Walmart as a store that's been around me, growing up in the Bay Area, there's not really a lot of them around. I recently did read the biography about the founder, Sam Walton, and I'll highly recommend that book. It was very good. And I was really fascinated about how the company started and how it succeeded in small town America. When you talk about a lot of these other companies, they move to places where there's lots of people that can spend money at their store. And Walmart kind of has done the opposite of that. So I thought it has a really interesting origin story. And today we're going to be talking about the stock. And I'm going to be talking about what I see on the charts for a long or short-term potential play. And then we're going to hop onto the computer and see what the analysts have to say about the 12-month forecast for Walmart. And before we get into it, I got to say that I am not a licensed financial advisor, and I highly recommend talking to a professional, someone that can find you the best places for your money going forward. And so Walmart is not really the type of stock that I normally look at. If you've been on this channel at all, you'll have noticed that I usually talk about stocks that have been growing pretty well over the past couple years and then have fallen due to bad news or earnings. Walmart's kind of the opposite of that. It's been very steady over the past 5 years. It's been increasing its dividend since it first gave out one in 1974. And because of that, it's a very reliable stock. And since we're coming up onto Black Friday, I thought it'd be really interesting to talk about it. So with that being said, let's hop on the computer and we'll talk about Walmart, ticker symbol WMT. So here we are on Robinhood today to talk about Walmart, ticker symbol WMT. And so on Walmart, on Robinhood, there's currently 34,000 people owning it with a 63% buy rating. Pretty even on the day. 1 week it's up 1%, pretty flat for a month, up 7.5% for 3 months, which is really good. And then 1 year is up 27%, which is fantastic. Obviously, the market's been doing very well, but for such a large company to be putting up returns of 27% this year, pretty impressive. And then 5 year, up 45%. There's a little dip in 2015, and then fall in last summer, and it's recovered very nicely ever since then. So the charts look very nice, even though it's just on Robinhood, but a dividend yield of 1.75%, which is not great, but when you have returns of 27% in a year, that's just some extra money in your pocket, which is always nice. So let's see, analysis, 63% buy, 33% hold, and then one person says sell, which is interesting. Earnings have all beat expectations since Q1 of 2019, so that's pretty nice. And then now let's go take a look at the charts. So on the charts, normally when I look at something like this, I kind of write it off immediately. When a stock is sitting at an all-time high, I always say that for someone that is a technical analysis person like myself, not super attractive for me, because technical analysis is all about going off of prior price movement to figure out where the stock could go next. And when you look at a stock like this that has steadily pretty much gone up over the past couple years, it's hard to make these smaller swing trades that I'm used to. But with a company like Walmart, swing trading is not really the name of the game. You're looking for good long-term returns. And so as a result, I'm looking on here and I'm not really seeing any great zones where I look at it and I'm like, yep, this is a solid zone. We could call this, let's go back to here. We'll call that a wide zone. I doubt realistically that Walmart will ever come back and touch this, but it's just something to look at. So long term, there's not much to say besides things have been pretty good. You've had some moderate up and down movement, but for the most part, things have been pretty flat. You recently had earnings in the middle of this month, so last week actually, and it just barely missed. And so the stock fell just a little bit, and now it currently looks like it's sitting at a resistance. And so overall, my analysis of Walmart is, while there's not really a great swing trade opportunity, the price action that it's had in the past is very attractive. It's just pretty much steadily been going up. Maybe wait until it breaks this 121 mark based off where it just got pushed down after the earnings. But we'll go look at the short term, just kind of see what we see. One of the things that's immediately jumping out to me is the respect of the 50-day moving average. Not really a great long-term indication of growth in the stock, but it's just something to look at. It's kind of interesting how it's respected it a couple times in the past 180 days. But let's see what the analysts have to say. When we go look at the price forecast, it's up 28% year to date, which is incredible. And then the price forecast, I have it up 27% or down 8.8%. And so if I was a betting man, I would probably think that it'd be on the upper end of this. It seems hard to believe that in the next year, Walmart price could be going down by 8%. But I'm not a long-term investor, so take that with a grain of salt. I am more bullish than bearish overall on Walmart. And then when we go look at Yahoo Finance, they have it as a buy, overvalued, up in the short term, down in the medium term, and even in the long term. And so they have the 1 year price estimate as 126. So they have it kind of on the little bit lower than what CNN has for their price forecast. So everyone seems kind of bullish overall in Walmart, and I have to agree with them. The charts, it's hard to argue that the returns it's had over the past couple years has any indication that it could be going down any further. It recently got overtook by Amazon as the US's largest retailer, but pretty much that's the only bad thing I can see. I don't see Walmart having very many problems in the future, and I think it's a good bet going forward. So overall, I think Walmart is in a great spot. Well, in the past, I've talked about the requirements that I have for taking a position in a stock. It has to be something that I use on a regular basis, and I know Walmart, but I don't really use it that often. It has to have been recently hit by bad news or bad earnings. That's not the case. And it has something where the product that I believe in, I believe that the stock will go up in the next couple years. Walmart has that. So it checks kind of 2 out of 3 of the boxes. And while this isn't the type of growth stock that I'm normally looking to invest in, Walmart for the long run, I feel like is going to be doing just fine. There have been plenty of years where Walmart, people say, oh, it can't do any better. It's hit its max, and it keeps expanding to towns across America. And so because of that, when I'm looking for a long-term investment, I like to think to myself, if I put money in today and I disappeared for a couple years and came back, would I expect to have made money in the time that I was gone? And with Walmart, I'd say absolutely. With the dividend yield and the track record over the past 5 years, I think it's very likely that Walmart will be in the green for a long-term play. While it might not be the best long-term play out there, and I'm sure you can find something better, if I was going to be starting a long-term portfolio today, Walmart may be on my list of possible places to put my money. It's probably not number one, but if I'm looking for a safe and reliable stock and company, Walmart would be a great choice for that. So let me know what you think about Walmart overall. Do you like the company? Do you like the stock? Do you see any better long-term buying opportunities out there? And if so, please leave them in the comment section down below. And if you liked the video or if you learned something, I'd really appreciate it if you hit that thumbs up button, as it would help my channel out a lot. And I'll see you in the next episode of Robinhood Top Stocks. Thanks for watching.